been told that they dead, let's get into that. All facts, I can't beef with no dead nigga, I can't beef with no rap. When she tell it ain't no coming back. Not gon' lie, I won't cry, I'm a demon. I say my prayers to the Lord of my Glock, then I spin, can't get caught for the. They won't free me again, you don't know what I seen, you don't know what I did.
What's going on? This is Mr. Head Tap from Yonkers, New York. Shout out to Sakara TV on the interview. We appreciate the love. We outside.
Shooters on deck, I make a call and get you hit. Word to the AR on my neck. They say talk is cheap, so these bullets a nice price. Got the.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Sakara, and you already know you are now tuned in with me, and I am interviewing today OFTB AR. What's up?
What's going on, love? How you feeling today?
I'm pretty good. Thank you so much for asking. And you know, we gotta jump right into Letter To Meek, right? So I feel first I have to say condolences. Before anything else, before we get into the music, I want to say I'm sorry for your loss.
Low, 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 low. Yeah, yeah. Long live Big Low, man. If I knew the last time that we spoke would be the last time that we speak.
Yes, and I understand that, you know, he was really, really popular in the town, really loved, and a lot of people miss him. So talk to me about the process of making that song.
That song was a difficult song because there was a timestamp on it. I couldn't wait too long. You know, the funeral services was coming up, so it had to be ready for everybody to enjoy at that time. So I had to kind of like suppress what I was feeling in order to create that for everybody else to express their emotions and be able to have like a keepsake, so to speak, of Meek. So it was a quick process. It happened very fast, but it was very heartfelt, and it was a lot of, you know, detailed emotions that was just put into the song. And if you know the story and you know the characters involved in that song, it would mean a lot.
Definitely. And I have to ask you, how soon or, you know, how long did it take you to decide you were going to do that? Because I noticed the footage was actually from the funeral as well.
The minute we got the news, it was like, how would I commemorate him respectfully and in a way that I know he would approve? And all we really dealt with was music. You know, we both in and out of the streets doing what we did on our own, but when me and Meek linked up, it was just strictly music. We get on the road, go to a studio an hour away or wherever it was at, and it was just music. So it's like, how could I not feel obligated to make a tribute for somebody who all I did was make music with?
Definitely. And that was something I wanted to talk to you about too, your lyrics. It was, if I knew the last time we spoke would be the last time we speak. And I really felt that, especially the way that you put the words together, like you said, you told stories within your music. So how long have you been making music for?
Consistently for like 2 years.
Wow, okay. Did COVID have something to do with you deciding to like really jump into music, or it was just ironic?
That was just kind of ironic. That was kind of like the catapult of it, because, you know, everybody's locked in, everybody was in quarantine, so I was just posting a lot of like in the car freestyles and like a lot of in front of the building freestyles, and it kind of just built and it just built, and then it became to what it is today. So I won't say COVID started it, but it definitely helped the process.
Right, definitely. So about these freestyles, Ready or Not, I really, really love that one. But I want to talk about, how do you go about picking which songs? Because when you do a freestyle, you could pick literally any beat that you want. So talk to me about your selection process.
Well, with the beats, I really pride myself on putting my pain into my music. Like, I don't go to therapy. I don't really talk to people about my problems, like, or whatever life is hitting me with. I rap about the shit. So when it comes to beat selection, like, my beat gotta have some type of pain. I gotta, like, as soon as it comes on, I gotta feel it. And then once I get that emotion, it's just go time.
Do you have a favorite song that you've written so far?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've written so many songs in the last 30 days. I couldn't even lie to you and say it's this song or that's, like, it's just so much. It's just work to be done, and I feel like if I were to say, oh, this one is my favorite, it might make me content and not want to keep creating. So I love them all the same.
That's a fair answer, but you said 30 days. So hold on, how often are you going to the studio? How many songs do you think you wrote in 1 month?
I go to the studio at least, see, that's an awkward question, because I could go to my brother's house and call at the studio and make 3 tracks in a night, and then take it to Quad and add 3 more on top of that and leave with 6, and that's just, so it kind of just happened so fast. In 30 days, I probably made like 30 tracks.
That's insane. On Ready or Not freestyle, you said you got to watch a nigga that say something and do something else. It ain't about the shooter. It only count if the shot was felt. And it was like the yeah. It sounds really unique when I say it, right? Like it's
You read it like a book.
I know, right? Poetry, but it's not supposed to be. But yeah, I want to talk to you about that. Like when you write, are you normally on the go? Are you sitting in the studio? Like, what's your process?
I mean, I typically will write bars on the highway. That's my peaceful time. Like I get on the highway, I'm driving, I got my blunt lit, and I throw the beat on. I drive them. I'm tall. I'm 6'6", so I drive the car with my knee, and I'm typing my bars, and I'm just playing the beat back, and I'm just going into whatever destination I'm going to, and that's how I write my music. Cause that's my serene time. My phone's not ringing off the hook. I could just do my thing. Like,
That's actually really peaceful. Like I can see how that's happening. So have you ever wrote a bar that shocked you? That you was like, yo, I can't believe I said this. Like a favorite one?
I've written so many of those catchy bars. It's like, yo, how'd you think of that? Like, where was your head at when you? But they just come to me. It's sick. But I mean, if you want me to pick one off the just top of the head, not gonna lie, I won't cry. I'm a demon, I sin. Say my prayers to the Lord on my Glock, then I spin. Can't get caught for this shh. They won't free me again. You don't know what I seen. You don't know what I did. Like, just the catchiness, and if you really could understand what I'm talking about, you'd be like, damn, that nigga's sick. I don't know who he did that to or what he was, but he's different.
Got you. Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like there are stories, and I understand, like, you know, when I'm listening, I'm like, wow, he said that. Okay. So we got to get into some more lyrics. Waist deep freestyle. Now, this lyric was so real to me. I was like, yo, I can't believe he said that. I got friends, ain't seen their kids, and they ain't trying to, but always saying that they real, like who you lying to, do what you put your mind to. And I feel like that's a very important topic. A lot of people normally would not talk about that because they would just be like, oh, that's my friend, that's my homie. So talk to me about, is it difficult or what is it about that topic that made you want to touch on it, even though it's just a bar, you know?
Well, coming from a home where I got my dad involved in my life, like when I see my friends having kids that don't ask to be here and then they like just go out of their way to neglect their responsibilities, it's like, how could you stand up and say, oh yeah, I'm a man, I'm a real nigga because I could get to the bag, or I'm a real nigga because I shot somebody, or I'm a real nigga because I'm affiliated with this or that, but you got kids that you created, but you can't stand up and be a man. It's like, how can you call yourself a real nigga, but your real responsibilities you're neglecting? So with that being said, I just feel like a lot of people who call themselves being outside have like a misconstrued concept of what it is to be a real nigga, like what it really entails. Like that's putting food on the table, that's taking care of your responsibilities. So if you can neglect something you created, how could I ever say you could be loyal or you could be something to me when what you brought here you're nothing to?
That was deep. And I really hope a lot of people hear that song and hear that message because I think that's true. That's something that we definitely could change moving forward. Yeah.
Most definitely. And I feel like if we would just take time out of worrying about ourselves so much as men and as individuals in our community and like take a second to put back, it would just be so much more that we could get out of our communities, because if we were to put in, we would get back. But since there's nothing put in, there's nothing coming out of it.